the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand by there.
To the flag of the United States of America and to
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not yet, but give us time.
Do we have a volunteer for an invocation?
How about
Earl. Well, hi, Jock and Anna. Two more chairs down there.
Heavenly Father,
Yes,
thank
there
you
is.
for this gathering. Thank you for good friends. Thank you for the good food. Be with us now. Guide us and direct us in your ways. We ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And our hearts go out to all the families that suffered injuries in Boston. Cannot understand the justification, but our thoughts are with them.
at least Texas was
Okay.
an accident.
How, Ed and Jan, our hosts for today, thank you very much. Okay, we got quite a number of guests here. The Inland Empire is pretty well represented, but most of them are members of Orange County too. We got Ken Cupper from Big Bear and Harold's down from Crestline.
Yay! He made bail.
They got their daughter Mary Alice. And the guest Sandy McCoy.
The real McCoy.
Okay, San Diego, they're here strong with President Richard Tate and Vice President Myers Nicholson. We have them, yeah, okay. And they also have Will and Sharon Conley.
Yay!
Yay!
Jim and Susan are actually Orange County members and San Diego members, but Susan's her brother.
We act like we're surprised he's on the streets.
Okay, her brother Richard, okay, we got Brad and Betty Eder, and way down there, Joe and Cindy McGreevy, way down there. Larry and Donna Barnes.
Yay!
So we thank all the San Diego folks for making the trip.
Yay!
We have another one over here.
Oh, Dave Young, yes? Well, Dave Stoner is a first time Santa here. He's a new to us from Gardena. So welcome, Dave.
I look like everybody else. Hey, brothers!
We do put the unity in Christmas community, don't we?
Okay, Cliff Cox. We all our prayers went out to Cliff, and we see that he is now here.
Yay!
Cliff Rock, Dana Slater, Rod Slater, and Nathaniel Slater
No, you're fine.
with him.
Yay!
We have some folks from Mercy Warehouse that Rick has touched base with that might be of some interest to our charitable event at Christmas time. So we have Russ Crispin and Stan Pringle over there from Mercy Warehouse. We'll get back to them later on. We've got Ned and Tara Madden, Ted, way down there in the corner. Ted is a reporter. He's a reporter for the Orange County Weekly. And the Orange County Weekly was really kind to our luncheon. And a lot of the pictures that are in our book of the fashion show were pictures taken by the Orange County Weekly because they were better than the ones that I took. Is there another guest here that I missed? You all are welcome. We love our gatherings, and we love to share our gatherings with everyone. And so you're all very welcome. Thank you.
Here.
Now, your March minutes was sent out by email with the notification of this. Is there any corrections, omissions, additions to the minutes from March?
Spell my name wrong. They don't know how to spell Santa?
How many J's do you put in Majesty?
Well, my real name is spelled wrong. First page, the rest of it you spelled it right.
Oops.
That's okay.
Okay.
But that's okay, I forgive you.
All right, thank you. We'll make note for them to spell it correctly this time.
Or else.
Or not.
What did we misspell? Willis?
No, C-O-N-L-E-Y, my last name.
Oh,
And then it says the guest.
added an N?
Yeah, they spelled it wrong there, but the next page it was right.
All right, that's fine.
So you're not the Sconeleys?
Okay, we have Joanne Goodman to do the sunshine report.
Our little ray of sunshine.
I sent birthday cards to Ann Steinmetz, Jacques Dupont, Mary Slayler, Bob Callahan, and Joanne Steen. And I also sent a get well card to Cliff Cox, who's here, thank goodness. And we had $166. I spent $34 for cards and postage, so I'm all stocked up. And we now have $132 in the sunshine fund.
Any questions? Okay, activities report, Dottie. Dottie?
Hey, Cookie!
We're going to let Dottie talk until the train goes by, then we'll hand it back over.
I know, I'm trying to get... Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Close over.
How about the train?
Yeah.
Can we hold the train too? Yeah. We can hold the train.
Well, go ahead. You're talking about.
Okay, I think Bob's passing out upcoming activities. I'd first like to acknowledge everybody being here today. This is a great turnout. There's bittersweet. If we fill the room, we're gonna have a problem, but if we fill the room, we have no problems.
That's right.
I'd also like to acknowledge Ed Howie for putting this together today and accepting the RSVPs.
The Commodore!
Bob, he always does such a fine job to make sure we're all taken care of, except that I had a little problem getting here, but other than that, and then I'd also like to mention that Ted Cardy's not here, but he's arranged for us to meet next month, which I believe is the 18th of May at Marie Callender's on Euclid, just off the 5, between the 5 and the 91.
Okay.
So that's where we'll be in May. And then Orange County has decided since Father's Day is in June and there's only so many weekends, we're going to go ahead and join the Inland Empire group, and I'll let Kathy speak to that, but she reports. And in July, Mr. Howie has again arranged us a very fine day at the Dana Point West Yacht Club. So you'll be getting notices to RSVP for these events, and we always have a good time. Real quickly, I have a funny story about why there's no cookies in Capistrano. You know it's going to be a bad day when we leave home on Wednesday and forget some of the main ingredients.
Thanks,
for the
Anna.
cookies. Well, that's recoverable because there are grocery stores, so there's no problem. Yesterday evening, we get to the Dana Point timeshare at about 6:30. And I go in to start the oven so I can start baking cookies. And there's no oven. So, we considered cooking them on the gas barbecue. I decided it would take a very long time to make about 6 dozen cookies over an open fire. So I apologize that I broke tradition and not provided cookies today, but I have lots of ingredients. And so you can be assured there will be cookies at the next gathering. And on that note, the RSVP prize when we draw is a cookie jar that is supposed to have cookies. So whoever wins the cookie jar has an IOU.
I'll accept your IOU.
Yeah,
Just
Lauren, make note of that.
saying.
Cookie owes us 6 dozen cookies.
Yes. No, 3 calendars. Not Mimi's.
It's not Mimi's, it's Marie Callender's.
3 calendars.
Okay, the flyer on the second page is Ron.
Thank you for
It's a nice picture of Mimi's. You sure we don't want to go to that?
yeah, we
Spell me.
were there in September.
Okay, it's Marie Callender's.
Is the address correct? I have her.
The address, this is the address for Mimi's.
Okay, I can give you the address for free.
It'll be on the website.
Bring it down to You were close though.
I'm gonna let you pick up the flyers.
We'll be important.
It's right there on the file.
Shucks. We will miss you, though.
One more thing I'd like to do, I don't know that it's in my realm of responsibility, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I would like everyone to acknowledge the fantastic, awesome, phenomenal book from the luncheon.
Here, here!
Awesome.
The book would have been full of mistakes without Dusty.
That's not your.
See, I'd be standing here with egg on my face with spelling McGreevy wrong and having the wrong phone number for Tim Conahan and I don't know what else. So,
I think the best one was when I called the Barnes residents looking for the, I called the Ben Dixon residents looking for no, it was Ken Ball. Anyway, that was the big one that I was very relieved to find.
so it was joint with Ken and Di and I.
But not only the job of the book, but the job of it getting the book, having the book in such a timely manner. That was Bob.
Yeah, that was good.
Bob and Ken. So again, I think they need a triple ho 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 for their fantastic job.
That's 9 hoes. We can't afford it. Forget it.
Okay, Rick, lead it.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Thank you all.
Okay. You sure it's Marie Callender's next month?
It turns out it was Elephant Bar all along.
Go away the second page here. Wait for the email.
Recycling.
Okay. At least they didn't publish that in the book.
It's the 5 in Euclid, I think.
Okay, Tom is going to come in at some time and talk to us about Sarducci here is involved with a mystery dinner theater, but we can go on and he'll show up sometime. Fourth luncheon report. Last year's luncheon with the books going out is now over and done. I sent out an email today to everybody with the final accounting of the luncheon. And it was a great success. And there's so many people that I could say it would not have been a success if Sharon and Susan and Kathy hadn't worked so hard to get those baskets so good. If if Rick hadn't struggled so long and hard with the registrations, and Dottie struggling with the registration to get all that right, and then Kathy Perone get on the telephone. All these things, everybody worked together so that we had a very successful luncheon.
Santa even knew how to get down a
And
chimney.
this was a rough year. There were a lot of people that were really not happy with me. And we're kind of hoping that it would fall on its face, and the opposition hurt us not by having a lunch the week before us, but there were a large number of people, in my own opinion, that decided they were not going to make a choice. They weren't going to go to either one of them. And I believe this is behind us. And next year the luncheon attendance, I anticipate will be back up to where it was like in 2011. Anyway, that's what we're working towards. And Rick and Lauren Montag are co-coordinators for the Santa Reunion 2014, and Rick's going to tell us what's going on here. Or Lauren, I'm not sure which.
Yeah, Lauren, you have prepared a report, have you not?
No,
Just kidding.
I just emailed it to you.
I'm teasing. Well, we have, as you can see, we have the graphics ready. The master graphics are ready for the 20th annual reunion. This will be our 20th annual reunion, guys. 20 years in 2014. This is a milestone, and it has taken us. It's taken a lot of us a lot of work to get here. I would like to echo everything that Bob just said. I couldn't possibly thank any of them more than any other, because there's just an incredible amount of work that got done for the 2013 luncheon. And as Bob alluded to, we were struggling a little bit uphill for this luncheon, and there were some questions at some point along the way in everybody's mind, including mine. But Sunday afternoon, everything was put to rest. There was just so much love in that room. We packed that room out again. We knew we would. We hoped we would, and we did. So, I just want to thank everybody who did anything for the 2013 luncheon, even if you just donated one of the gift baskets. By the way, did we have the best raffle ever this year or not? Man, it is just incredible. And thank you very much, especially. This was just absolutely the best raffle ever. The 20th annual... The 20th
Amtrak tickets only folks with you. Last call for southbound Amtrak 572.
Thank you. We've got our own conductor in here. We don't need to know him. The 2014 luncheon, the 20th annual luncheon, is shaping up. We are prepared to send out our Save the Dates broadcast later today. We have the following committee positions have been filled. Lauren and I are handling the planning committee. Dan Keeney is handling public relations. He's our Forbes webmaster, and he's handling our websites already. So Dan will be handling our public relations next year. Sharon Conley, raise your hand, sweetie. What a princess you are, huh? She has agreed to take on the registrations this year again. She's got experience. And yes, she's got him helping her, so guys, please pray for her. Pray for her. Okay, the decorations, which were over the top again last year, the best ever. Decorations, Katie Lambert has agreed to do it again. I spoke with Carolyn Curran again yesterday. She's prepared. Kathy Perone is the sweetest person I've ever met in my life, and even though I didn't speak to her yesterday, I went ahead and greenlighted her for the decorations committee again this year. Right. See that nodded head? That girl with Kathy, when we all get to heaven, sweetie, you're going to be a lot closer to the throne than me. Tell Jesus I love him, please. Thank you. Thank you. Sue Larson is handling the raffle committee again with Kathy Wellington's able assistance. That raffle was just that raffle, I got to tell you guys, we can't overemphasize what a part that raffle success played in the overall success of the luncheon this year. And put a nest egg aside so that the 2014 luncheon was not starting from scratch the way the 2013 had to. We have a good nest egg going, and we are really going to, this is going to be the best luncheon ever. We are going to promote this thing around the world, guys. We are going to reclaim the lost glory of the Santa luncheon, which is, by the way, still the oldest and largest annual event in the Santa world. It is one of the largest annual events in the entire global Christmas community. So we can be proud of what we have grown, and we want everybody to volunteer next year. Richard Tate is he's going to help us with the photography again this year, but he's also volunteered to help with the talent show. This year, we're going to replace the annual excursion to, what was that medieval Excalibur place? Whatever. Yeah, anyway. It was a great time. We love medieval times, but we've been there enough times now that we've decided we're going to change the event next year. Say it again?
Our man lost this.
Oh, yeah, plus, can you believe the Red Knight didn't win? What the heck? I wanted to...
seems to be getting smaller, too.
I felt like going back in time. Yeah, right.
Funny.
The seats are getting smaller, Lauren says. Yeah. All right, well, I won't argue that point for you. Also, we have... okay, so we've decided that we're going to have a talent show next year. This Saturday night event is going to be a talent show. It's going to be, we're still hammering out the details, and we'd like your input. There's going to be plenty of communication from the reunion committee, guys. Once you get the Save the Dates broadcast, do yourself a favor and go to the bottom and click, add me to your mailing list, just to make sure you don't miss anything in the future. And we'll keep you in the loop on everything as the reunion develops over the next, few months of the summer. We have to have this thing pretty much rolling by October. In fact, we should have all of our ducks in a row by August and September, so that we're just running on autopilot by October and November. We're through. We are on, anyway, so everybody give serious thought to volunteering this year. The people who came up from San Diego, your commitment to the luncheon is legendary. So we're going to lean heavily on you guys again this year. The talent show alone, we're going to have to, by the way, we're considering being from the San Diego chapter half off of your points in the talent show, because you guys are just so legendary and talented down there. We've got one of the best magicians in the country. We've got Ukulele Bailey. They've got Richard and his lovely wife. By the way, you guys know him as Richard, but we call him Mr. Elsie, because she's the better half in that relationship, no doubt about it. So anyway, they're helping. A lot of you guys are helping with the luncheon, and if you didn't help last year, there's going to be a lot to do. And the ripples that were on the surface of the pond last year have all settled out. It's going to be nothing but camaraderie and brothership and fraternity and fellowship. You guys get on the bandwagon, and we'll find a need for you if you volunteer to fill it. So, thank you.
Also, on Friday, the Santa's committee can run the park. And admission to the park. And a program going on.
Right, Bob. Okay, you threw me with the word "run" because you put the word "run" in the same sentence with Santa's, and the computer shuts down right there. But yeah, Bob and I, we're working on with Jennifer Blasey, the PR person for Knott's. We're working on getting an even better package to the Knott's Berry Farm, to the resort. To the theme park itself. Last year, we found out that the special package they offered us was pretty much equivalent to the same package you could have gotten by bringing a can of food to the gate. So, but she's going to get us a better deal this time. So one of the deals will be Friday. One of the augmented events for this next luncheon will be Friday. We'll have access to the park. You guys can come in early, spend the day at the park, and then come to the meet and greet in the evening, and we'll have a lot more to talk about. But anyway, those are the committee positions we have filled. There'll be a lot of communications. Yes.
I would like to volunteer to get vendors for the event.
We have a vendors committee chairman right now. Thank you. We also Oh, and by the way, how about another ambush invitation? Hey, Cookie, how do you feel about the fashion show? You're such a clothes horse anyway. I thought maybe you could be our.
I thought Jacqueline was going to do it.
Jacqueline, really? I had not heard that. I haven't heard from her yet.
Discussed it with her after the lunch deal.
Put her name
Okay,
down.
let's get together on that. Let's get together on that. And we also have, well, he's going to help with the photography. So, yeah, fashion show and vendors. Vendors are taken care of. Anyway, back to you, Captain. That's it for the reunion committee. The website's up.
Next thing we have is a special Christmas charity event. Wait a minute.
Can we backtrack a second while our servers are in the room and acknowledge them for their work?
Yay! And as they will recall, this is in lieu of gratuity. So enjoy. Just kidding.
Usually automatically computed on our check.
Which just went up 50%.
Rick said he'd pay all of it.
Excuse me, that's my salary that's paying that.
Hey, we got a firm offer on my kidney, so back off.
Okay, Rick, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now we have a special Christmas charity event report. Rick.
I would love to introduce you guys to real quick background. You guys know I'm a night owl, so I'm not out and about very often in the early morning hours. But one day earlier this week, I was in Ralph's at 9 a.m. They make one of those in the morning. Did you know that? There's a 9 in the morning too. Anyway, I was going through the produce aisle, kind of groggy and dazed, and almost walked right past this guy right here. And I realized I was in the presence of a Santa, so I did what I always do. I turned around and I gave him a card. And by the way, I want to mention while I'm on that subject, I just did it.
Are you undressing, dear?
Yeah, I just had a Janet Jackson moment. Did you guys catch that? We have cards, guys, that we have printed for Forbes. And they say, can you hold this for just a second? Thank you. It's already running. Just point it. These are the cards that I take with me and pass out. On the one side, it says, has anybody ever told you that you look like Santa Claus? You guys are out and about, you see somebody with a beard, somebody looks like Santa Claus, you want to approach them. Even if you're a little bit shy, this is the way to do it. We've got these cards already printed up, and I've taken the liberty of separating them into packets of 10. We have plenty more, but there's 20 packets of 10 here. You guys can grab a packet on your way out. Keep the recruiting card in your pocket with you.
I got you.
When you see somebody like this gentleman right here, see, there's his card right there. I walked right up to him and I handed him one of the cards, and we got to chatting. And it turned out, sure enough, he does do Santa Claus. And I walked away. I left him the card and walked away, and he came back to me to give me his card. And when I flipped his card over, it said Mercy Warehouse on the other side of it. And I asked him what Mercy Warehouse was. And I will remind you guys that we just last month commissioned an ad hoc committee to research collaborations with community outreach organizations to develop recipient families for our donations and our appearances and things like that. So, as chairman of that ad hoc committee, I had been going to sleep at night thinking about this stuff. So the good Lord woke me up Monday morning and sent me to Ralph's, where I ran into Santa Russ Crispin, and if he will rise just a moment and or Stan Pringle, his good and dear friend, they're with the Vineyard Church, and they run an adjunct organization, a 501c3 called Mercy Warehouse, which is literally tailor-made for our needs. I'll let him describe it.
When you run into somebody, what are you doing to them? We have 25,000 square foot warehouse, and we supply to the needy, Orange County. We work with Saddleback, we work with other food ministries, that if we get too much, we give it to them. If they get too much, they give us some. And so we help the needy. There's consignment shops when the stuff doesn't sell. We'll give them a 501c to donate it to us, and then we'll sell that to maintain our trucks, gas, and we're feeding about 1,000 a week. Guys, just
I'm sorry, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And there is need in Orange County.
yeah.
It may not be as great as other areas, but there's need right here at home.
I see you on TV.
He was with Frosty the Snowman and the Bumble?
No, I mean,
Okay.
on your warehouse.
Could be, because we've had newspapers
Right.
come down,
I think that's it.
film us. I think we've been on TV about what we do. We've got 3 trucks, and we've got a lot of volunteers. Stan and I went out and picked today. I was picking up when I met the wreck. And it's awesome to see what God does. My Santa thing, about 4 or 5 years ago, a guy I know was sitting there and he had a little 3 or 4-year-old girl, brown eyes, brunette. It was like April, May. He started glowing. And she said, "I Santa."
Been there, done that. You got the T-shirt.
And it's just, you don't know what you mean to kids. Because in this world, struggling financially and everything else, when somebody comes along with a beard, white hair, and can smile at a child, and say, "I love you," their heart melts.
Santa is unconditional love. That's the best definition I've ever seen.
You know, I was rejected as a child, and God started making me a hugger in church, and it's like, it's amazing what a hugger is. And so I just encourage you to hug kids because they need it.
Amen.
Other ways.
Amen. So Marv and I will, Marv, we need to talk to him before he goes, and we'd like to interface with your San Diego organization too. Okay.
Do you not only need materials, food, etc., and finances, do you also need the help of the member or pick up or anything you guys think about those on the show?
Yeah, we always need leaders to go over to the back door of the store, because when that leaf comes up, they can't sell it, it's still good for 7 days. And so to come and pick up, volunteer, yeah. Like we go to a consignment shop, and when it doesn't sell, it doesn't take the medicine, we write it off, we get the tax write-off. And so there's a lot of needs.
So we need to know the truth. If the person who's not capable of donating time, money for materials, then they're trying to be able.
Absolutely. That's a good point, Dottie. And I remind everybody that we are a nonprofit. To qualify for that status with the county, state, and federal government, we are obliged to do community service and report it to the fraternity so that we can report it periodically to the appropriate authorities. This sounds like a perfectly legitimate recipient for your community service. Any hours you donate, please make sure you report them so that we can turn them in and get credit for them with the appropriate authorities.
When we first started here, they had a form that they sent out to all the.
Yes, right. We had a community service perform,
We
yeah.
didn't see that.
Right. Well, as you can understand, there was a bit of turbulence in the flux. The force was agitated this year, so absolutely. I was just dusting over the form last night when I was going through the documents. So we will be sending out the community service form again. Yes.
And also have that
Absolutely. It'll be available as a PDF on the website as well.
Pictures of
Can I say something about,
You.
can I say something about this panel?
Yes. Oh, I guess. No, wait. I'm sorry. I yield the floor to the president, Bob.
He wasn't here, that's why.
I know. Okay.
He was right here.
Well, I guess somewhere I got a fan, and I just couldn't hear exactly what he was saying.
Down there.
Oh, it's right down there. So I never heard what is the mission of Mercy Warehouse? What do you actually do? We didn't hear that. I mean, I understand you collect late dated stuff, you collect from consignment shops. Then what happens?
we have
Stan, jump in.
Wednesday, we give out to the community Wednesday and Friday the food. We also have the stuff that's donated, furniture, clothing. We sell that at a very discounted price.
That's like a thrift store.
Right?
Okay.
To generate finances for trucks, material, repairs, the expenses that we go through.
The expenses to do what?
To give out to the needy, to the community.
The gasoline for one thing.
They give food, they give
Gas,
food to the needy.
repairs.
They do charity donations.
Yeah, they have a 30,000 square foot warehouse. They collect surplus and they distribute it to the needy.
Okay, thank you. That's what didn't
Right. They collect mostly food stuffs for distribution to needy families, and they also collect non-food stuffs, and those they can convert into cash through their thrift store to help maintain their operations so that they can continue to give the food away to the needy for free.
Thank you.
Their warehouse is associated with the Vineyard Church. It's actually located, if you guys know the Laguna Niguel area, the federal building, the Ziggurat across from Walmart, if you've ever seen the Ziggurat, one of the most distinctive buildings in the area, their warehouse is quite near the Ziggurat in Laguna Niguel.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Richard Tate.
Yes, I'd like to tell everybody who's got any kind of a talent to please get in contact with me. My email is in the book, and I'm sure Rick will have it up on the website soon. They gave me the wrong phone area code number in the book at 619, not 6. So if anybody has talent here, you know, in the Orange County group here, please contact via email, and so we can figure out what you have and what you want to do, so that we can come up with a show that doesn't run way too long, so we know each segment will run so many minutes. So let's hope you can, no matter what your talent is, don't make any difference. You stand on your head for 10 minutes, that's fine too. So please contact me.
Dust off them tapping stilts.
Go ahead, Mike. You're fine.
Okay. While we're on the vein of the 2014 Santa Reunion, next month, when Rick sends out a thing and they finalize what we're going to charge and everything, will you please register this year and not wait until the Santa season? However, if you can do that, if you can register early, it would help us a lot. I have nothing more on Mercy Warehouse or the luncheon. Okay, we're going to go on to old business. Old business, like we discussed the possibility of having a treasurer for Orange County, which we've never had before. And I'm still not positive that we really need it. I don't feel bad about holding our treasury funds in a cookie jar. What, Rick?
Lauren and I are putting together the books for the luncheon itself. Once we get the software installed in his computer and we're more familiar with using it, folding in the chapter or even the Forbes luncheon books shouldn't be any problem.
I've never segregated last year's.
That's why we let Lauren sort it out. Yeah.
Okay, that's a challenging event. All right. Open for comments. That was my comment.
I say leave it in the cookie jar.
Say again?
If it's been working, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay.
Well, I
go with that.
suggest that we investigate it.
Okay.
Because, yes, in other words, we'll look at it, see the pros and cons of it.
You and I and Rick gotta straighten out where we are before we go on where we want to go.
Okay.
Because as a tax exempt organization, we might have to keep a little bit of our books than the cookie jar.
As it stands right now, I've been waiting for last July for the federal government to process our tax exempt status. The last time I checked, which was a few weeks ago, they were working on the applications that were submitted in March of 2013. Mine was submitted in July because I gave them the wrong amount of money in June, so it got put back till July. So we're down the line there, and that was before the government decided that they were going to cut back on all these agencies that are doing this. So, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
don't know when we're going to get it, but anyway, we have applied, and I got paperwork coming up 90 days after the end of our year, and I guess I'm just going to do it as if we had it.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any new business before this body? Or any other old business?
I just want to, since we're at the next month version of our agenda, if no one objects from San Diego or Inland Empire, the meeting for the San Diego chapter, which is well represented here today, and would be fun for some more of us to visit their chapter meetings because they're very enjoyable, is May 1st at the Sharon?
Sizzler on Arrow Drive.
Murphy Canyon Road.
Yeah.
Okay, Barry Canyon Road. And that's at 11 o'clock at the Sizzler. And Sharon is my counterpart in San Diego, who takes care of making sure she can wrangle people where they need to be. And then Kathy, if you want to talk about May and June for Inland Empire? Or do you want me to?
That's fine. Our main meeting will be at Tom's Farms on Cinco de Mayo, and that's
The meeting will be at Tom's Farms.
On Cinco de Mayo, May 4th.
May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo theme.
And that's going to be on Sunday, the 5th, and then
Sunday the 5th.
Saturday, June the 8th is going to be at Central Vasco in Chino.
Saturday, June the 8th at
Central Vasco.
Central Vasco
In Chino.
in Chino.
And then July is, our meeting's going to be the 20th. And that's going to be at the home of Maxine and Jack Davidson.
Oh, okay. Inland Empire and Orange County are going to switch weekends in July. We're going to the Dana West Yacht Club on the second weekend rather than the third weekend for the Orange County chapter. And these folks are going to go, the Inland Empire will have the third weekend of the 20th at Maxine and Jack Davidson's house.
And then August is going to be in Claremont at SBS. And all of that information is on our website.
Okay.
And the Tom's Farm meeting's at 1 on the 5th?
Tom's Farm meeting at 1?
Yes.
Sunday. They have their Sunday meetings at 1 so people can go to church and still get to the meetings. And you alternate back and forth between Saturdays and Sundays, right? Yeah. San Diego's always midweek. We're always on Saturday. Yes, Joe?
Just want to mention that on your website there is a link to the San Diego chapter, and on our website there's a heading for meetings, and you can find out when and where our meetings, anytime you can find out when or where our next meeting is. So if you're thinking about coming, you just look at our website and it's
I know where they're going.
You're here.
And a map included.
Yep.
all the addresses.
Well, did we, down this end of the building, I might have been talking, did we decide that, is San Diego having a picnic in August?
Committee's still out on that one.
Committee's still out?
They're still working on it.
That tentatively, Orange County chapter is going to support. So,
Well, our support isn't tentative, just the event.
okay. All right. Any other old?
I don't know if it's old business or not, but there was a baseball game over at the Quake Stadium, and we didn't see any pictures on there. Normally we would be there, but we were both sick. And Diana takes pictures, but we didn't see any pictures. Are there any pictures somewhere that we can tap into that somebody might have taken?
Rick, did you?
I have videos I have not gotten them posted yet. Sorry.
Rick has some videos, maybe not pictures.
Anybody who has pictures, and by the way, the same rule applies for any event. If you have any pictures that you'd like to share from any of our events, either myself or Dan Caney would be happy to receive those photos and videos. We retain them for our archives, but we also like to share them on Facebook and other networks like that.
Okay. Debbie Ingalls gave me a business card. She says she has a friend that will print.
My phone's full. I'll take yours.
$44.
Yeah.
Also, Joe McGreevy has a source. So if you people want business cards printed, well, you could ask either one of those two folks.